Hey guys, it's Alethea. I haven't filmed in a very long time, but someone finally came back to home. I don't know if you guys remember, but this is Nidhi. This is my best friend. She goes to school in California, so we don't see each other a lot, but we've been friends for 12 years?
For 12 years.
Holy crap.
For 12 years. All right, we're gonna have a fun interlude, but tell me your top 3 favorite songs right now.
Ooh, I would say at the moment I've been really, and like I got this song from a playlist of yours, but
Really?
it's Level Up by
Yes.
Sierra. It's so good. Like that's my I'm a bad girl kind of like song when I'm like cleaning the house and I'm like I need to get in the zone. It's like that gets blasted on an Alexa and I'm just like going for it.
Yeah.
I really like My Oh My, which is off of the new Camila Cabello album. That's really good. A lot of this is so sad. A lot of like sad or like slower songs. Like I've been really into like Phineas, who's like Billie Eilish's brother.
Wait,
He's got
really?
he's really good.
Damn.
Oh my god. And he just had like an EP that came out. I mean, it probably came out like 2 months ago. I haven't checked things, but like his songs are really good. So definitely.
That's awesome.
What about you?
Ooh, I have been into. Have you heard Joji?
I've heard
His music is really good. It's like super sad boy, very like sad music, but it's just so beautiful to listen to. And so I've been obsessed with Test Drive, which is one of his songs, because his voice is just so lovely. I've also been very into anything by Lizzo.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I mean,
anything by Lizzo.
If you're not a fan of Lizzo, you can leave.
just the door's there.
Literally. But yeah, she's been crushing it, and I really think like if I was gonna go to a concert with any of my friends, I would want to take you and Simi, and we can all go see Lizzo together. That would be so much fun.
That'd be dangerously fun.
Oh my god. I'm like at that point I'm like I wouldn't even care if we're in the nosebleeds. We're here.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, you know what I really like? I really like studying to lo-fi. Have you heard lo-fi music? It's just like,
is it like a playlist on Spotify that I wouldn't know about?
It's like just like this genre of music that's very low-key. There's not that many lyrics. Usually there's no lyrics at all. It's like the kind of stuff that you'd hear in like a coffee shop or like in an elevator. I don't know. It's just like, maybe not an elevator. Maybe not an elevator. Maybe like a coffee shop. I don't really know how to describe lo-fi, but I just love studying to it because I feel like before I used to study to, when I was in high school, I used to study to rap music.
Yeah, I was like, wouldn't you listen to Drake while you were studying?
I used to study to Drake, and I'm a brown boy, I realize. I shouldn't say that on camera. But I studied Drake, like the brown boy that I am. And I think that I'm actually less productive because I used to get so caught up with the music, so I'd like really be feeling the music, that it would just be such a distraction. So now when I listen to something without lyrics,
you're like, it's like honed in.
I'm honed in.
But like I'm assuming like lo-fi is like a little bit more upbeat, so you're awake.
Yeah, it's like calming. So it's like you're not super stressed, but also like you're awake because you have that sound like being like channeled into your brain. Like you're still kind of awake, but I don't know, I love it.
I mean, like I know like Jay studies. Okay, Jay is my sister's boyfriend. He's probably gonna end up being my brother-in-law in the next couple of years, let's be real. But he used to tell me when he was studying for dental school, he would study to white noise. Like there's like a white noise playlist somewhere on Spotify and he just listens to that and I'm like, how?
My cousin was talking about brown noise, and which like let me tell you, brown noise in my household is a whole nother thing. Like he was like, I studied a brown noise because it's better than white noise because it's like
brown.
I don't know, it's like more like subtle or something like that. Like I think there's like different types of, there's like white noise and there's brown noise and then there's like other different colored noises, I guess. And he likes brown noise apparently, and he was like recommending that I study to it, and I tried and I was like, this is just strange because I feel, it made me feel very conscious and like very,
like you were like, a parent is gonna be standing over my shoulder watching me.
Yeah, that's the real brown noise. Brown noise is the Mahali household at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and my parents like beating the pots and pans, like being
vacuum
so
going
loud,
on.
vacuum, having this heated debate, like all this noise. Like they think that I'm still sleeping. It's their job to wake me up with all this like noise.
Yeah, who needs an alarm clock?
Yeah, that is brown noise. Brown noise is also like I don't know. What would you think? Like, what do you think is like?
Just like old Bollywood playing somewhere in the background.
Oh my gosh, yes.
While your mom is sitting like silently comparing you to like some random cousin.
Facts. It's like all old Bollywood, and then like your mom and dad like cooking in the kitchen, and like I don't know, just like all of that like kind of fob stuff, but it's so endearing and we love it. That's the one thing that, okay, side note, this is kind of a sidetrack, but that's like the one thing that I realized is for the longest time I kind of suppressed the Indian part of myself, and I suppressed that heritage.
Because it's so white here. No offense.
So white.
It's so white.
Do you see all that snow back there?
That we had to block out because it's too white.
That's a metaphorical representation of Dakota. And so I realized that in my time here, I suppressed all of my identity. Literally, that was a big part of my identity.
Yeah.
And then I go to college and I meet all these other brown people who have had the same experiences as me. And I just been denying it my whole life until that point. And I'm like, wait, no, like this is a totally valid life experience to have. This is an American experience.
It's definitely a first generation experience.
It's a first generation experience. And I should not just like deprive myself of like leaning into that.
Absolutely
And
not.
so now these past few years, I'm like leaning more into my brown culture, leaning more into my Indian heritage. And it's so awesome. It's so sick because I feel like as a first generation American, like you have
the beauty of both cultures.
the beauty of both cultures. It's like how Hassan Minhaj says, wow, I just didn't speak English there for a second. It's like how Hassan Minhaj says, you like push the good stuff towards
in the
you
biryani
and the bad stuff away from you, like in biryani. And I didn't realize that you could do that. And I was like,
I just have to eat everything.
in the process, just like pulling the bad, like what was actually the bad stuff towards me and pushing the good stuff away.
Because like non-Desi people are gonna judge you if you lean too much into your culture, and then you meet other round people and they're like, why aren't you more like us?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry, I unintentionally became a coconut.
I know. Yeah, no, but it's crazy because I feel like our generation, like first generation Americans, that's like a unique challenge that we face in balancing cultures like that.
Oh yeah.
Because my parents growing up in India didn't really have to like reconcile two cultures with each other because they grew up in a very homogenous society. They grew up in one where the culture was already predefined and everyone shared in that, or like at least most people around them did.
Plus they grew up with like generations of their own family surrounding them.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you become first generation, and I like not all of us are like lucky enough to have like grandparents and stuff like that come over. I'm like, I don't think, did you live with your grandparents?
No, never.
I never lived with my grandparents or like my cousins or anything like that. So it was like, it was just me, my parents, and my sister, or like you were an only child, which is even worse. And it was like, I'm over here trying to like mesh with this very white neighborhood that I live in, while also trying to be proud that I'm Indian, but like all the white people are like, your culture is weird.
Yeah.
But like, you meet other brown kids. Like I remember meeting you and being like, oh my god, you look like me.
I was like, another brown girl
Melanin.
What?
I just remember that and being like, this is so cool. But then I remember going into the Indian community, especially being like one of the few goans here.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't speak another language like everybody else. I wasn't Hindu like everybody else. So I was like, I'm in the weird middle ground of like, I will never be Indian enough. And I'm not white, I'm not American enough. So I'm like, where am I?
Yeah, no, I feel that. And it's really difficult. But then I think it's also really cool because then I think once you kind of get older, get into your teens, get into your like adulthood, you start to be able to process them together a little bit better.
And you make it what you want it to be.
And you make it what you want it to be. And it's so unique and so special and so true to yourself that, I don't know, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Because I love the fact that I am able to bond with other Indian friends about things that we may have done in our childhoods, like things like come to us. But then I'm also able to bond with other like ethnic groups, other friends of mine for different things. Like that's just how intersectionality works.
Yes!
You know? And it's like
goes to a women's studies class once.
And so yeah, that's really, I think, what makes intersectionality so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Is once you reconcile how to really process your individual intersectionality and your own individual identity, you're able to connect with everyone else's and theirs on like a whole nother level.
And it creates like a more, I almost want to say like a more like advanced and more caring society, because you're all slowly starting to recognize each other's like good differences.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
not using it as a way to pinpoint you against someone else.
Yeah, that's valid. I think this is one of the first extended conversations that we've had about culture, actually.
Which
now I
is
think about
weird because we should talk about it more. Like, I remember, I think one of my like fondest memories being in the Indian community was when you invited me to dance with you for Diwali.
Oh, I
that was my
remember
first
that.
Diwali that I got to celebrate.
That was so cute.
And it was, first of all,
we killed it.
We killed
on
it.
that
Do you
dance
remember
floor.
those shirts that we and
Those
the
were
pants?
so ugly. We wore the
I'll put a
ugliest-
picture in here somewhere.
It was
but, like,
so gross.
it was so,
But we killed it.
we
looked
looked
so
like
good.
crusty thumbs dancing to Bollywood music.
Gosh, look, we were so
We were so
crusty.
bad.
Oh my gosh.
I remember how cool we thought we were.
We thought we were so cool.
It was a time.
We really thought we were so cool.
You know you're a first generation child when you see your work ethic and you're like, damn, I did that.
Yeah.
But if you enjoyed this video and loved seeing us catch up and getting to know a little bit about like me and Nidhi, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you like my face, be sure to subscribe. I will link my last video somewhere on the screen, and the subscribe button will always be somewhere on the screen. And that's it. Okay, bye. Oh.